Alright, so today we're going to talk about some SQOE guitars. And sometime last year we had these Les Paul style guitars that had come in, which was the SELP series 110, 300, 900. And those were so good and they played so well. SQOE is a brand that we've been working with for so long, and if you all are familiar with their guitars, just great build quality.
我是曾传勇，吉他制造厂的联合创始人。我已经在吉他制造工业工作了20多年。现在负责在选材料，确保为吉他选择和正确的优质材料。
So today we're going to talk about some Tele style guitars. So to start off, Varun's holding the SETL 250 and I've got the SETL 300. Now these are fairly similar Tele style guitars. They are the entry level guitars. That's got a maple fretboard. This has got a rosewood fingerboard with a maple neck. Again, simple construction. You have the typical lipstick style single coil on the neck, and of course on the bridge you have a single coil, two single coil pickups with a three-way switch, single volume, single tone, really easy to play, your standard Tele shape. And we've been playing these guitars for a while now, and we were really surprised at the quality and the way it responds. So let's start off with that guitar, the maple fretboard, the SETL 250. How do you find that?
I think isn't today the best day or what? Like we've got so many Teles to play,
Yeah.
and this is the main thing about the Teles. It's the most versatile guitar. You could make it sound like almost like an archtop jazz guitar, to almost like an acoustic guitar, to suddenly very country and very bluesy, and then suddenly all the way, if you put some gas on it, you can go all the way heavy metal.
Yep.
And I mean, this is the starter, the very entry range,
Yep.
and it plays pretty well. It sounds great. It does sound like the like the good old OG Tele sound, which is a very mellow but low end heavy, good neck pickup. It's got a great single coil sound, and the combination that gives you so much versatility in terms of if you can play with the. There's not much to play around. It's just a tone knob and the volume knob, but you get a whole range. This is the most versatile model, really, like even more so than the Strats. And then the bridge pickup has that zing and that edginess. And but also if you play it soft, there's a lot of expressiveness with it. Same thing with the volume knob, same thing with the tone knob. You can really go like all full on jazz, or like with that very what do you say, the really soft, that ballad-ish sort of that tone. And to start off with the 250, this is really quite the package. It came out set up really well from the box. We started playing it, didn't go out of tune. We really treated all these guitars like farm animals. We really played the heck out of them today, really. We've been pretty much playing for like 4 hours non-stop now. So it sounds great, as you can hear it in the clips, the clean baits. Country is like the most natural thing that happens on this. Yeah, and we didn't even have a compressor pedal or anything on, which you needed for the true country sound. So the neck feel is great. The neck is not too thick, not too slim. It's a great profile. Feels very comfortable in your hand as you hold it. almost a high gain like a Marshall sound in the second clip. And it's still pretty quiet. It's not hissing and squealing and all that.
If you're a beginner guitar player, you don't know exactly how the electronics work, so having to deal with these issues becomes a massive problem. And SQOE has solved that with making it's beginner friendly. Not just beginner, even if you're an intermediate, you're playing gigs and stuff, this guitar will really suit you well. And if you're running it through maybe an analog board or even a processor or something, and you got a whole bunch of tones, you could probably get through an entire gig with just one guitar.
Easily. And it's so comfortable to play both of these.
Yeah.
Being entry-five, people have this notion where, if it's a guitar between 10 to 15k range around that, it's gonna be made with very crude craftsmanship. Materials will be super affordable, and they're not gonna give any attention. I didn't have any fret edges on this neck. It played great out of the box. We tuned it up, started playing. It's quiet, and it's so comfortable to play, man. It's like there's no resistance. This guitar will really feel at home, even if you have a great expensive what do you say, like a lakh, 2 lakh rupees electric guitar that's your main recording and gigging touring guitar. I would still have a cheapo Tele that I can just beat the heck out, and that will sit by my bedside. Some days it will fall down also, and you will pick it up and it'll still be in tune and it'll still play well. Okay, that into a whatever good old Fender-ish sort of a sound. And there is something with the Tele sound that I think it's that the honky sound comes from this part of wood not being cut away as we have in this red. So it already has that somewhat of like a compressed sound. That no matter, even if there's no gain on your sound, it still has right amount of compression that you can play it well. Coming to the neck, it's a slightly thinner neck, and one thing for me, at least for the way my hands work, it's cool for playing bar chords. If I have a gig where I'm just playing like, I don't feel any strain. Whereas with my Strat, like a lot of my guitars that I play, which have slightly fatter necks and they're rounded, playing bar chords not that easy. But just for good old rhythm playing, even in a studio, sometimes the requirement is you just have to play chords. There's no solos. Yeah, and it's very easy to play.
Yeah.
So that's the best part. Now, how much should we rate each of these?
Oh, that's tough.
Because for beginners, I think both of these are equally good to start with.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm more biased towards the maple because I like the snap. But again, then I took this guitar from your hand and I played the rosewood, and I'm like, wow, I love the low end.
The low end on this, right?
So this guitar sounded slightly bigger than this one, but this had more snappier because I was playing that country. But I would, we can get into the prices because the prices will favor the rating quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
These are both under 15k. and you're getting like it is
This
a
is-
beginner level strat,
yeah.
but again it's gig ready. So most guitar players would start off with an acoustic, and if you're someone who loves country or you're a singer and you want to move to an electric just because you want a little more versatility in terms of sound, and you're expanding you now play with a band, with a backing band, you want a little more sound, a Tele is the way to go.
Yeah, I'll tell you one more use case. Even if you're not a beginner, if you're a professional, you have a solid
Yep.
a lakh, 2 lakh guitar. This should be your secondary practice. This
Yeah.
should be your raggedy guitar. This should be the one where you just ghasao your chops. It sits by your bedside,
Yeah.
and anytime you want, this is like the coffee table guitar.
The
You
coffee
just
table
grab it
guitar.
and play, and it plays great. It's versatile. It'll inspire you to get like the various different sounds to get into different genres. So I already told you, man, this is the best day to play 5 Teles in one day. Is like one of the best days to come here.
Yeah. Now we're going to go it up a notch to the SETL 550. Alright, so now we've moved it up a notch. We've got the SETL 550, and I think I've spoken about this earlier, but straight up, the first thing I notice is how cool these guitars look.
Oh, they're probably the best looking Teles
Yeah.
that we have. This one as well as the coffee finish.
coffee.
I love the see-through pickguard.
See-through pickguard, yeah. They've got, first of all, P90 pickups, if you've noticed them. P90s were the predecessors to humbuckers because people wanted a little more gain, a little more sound. And one thing about SQOE is even though you have your standard Teles with single coils, they love experimenting a little bit. So this has actually got 24 frets. It's got P90 pickups and it's got a Wilkinson bridge in there and a roasted maple neck and fretboard. So something a little more, something a little different from what you would get off of a standard Tele style guitar. I personally love the sound of a P90 because it's got this nice in-between sound between a humbucker and a single coil. And if you run these through like an overdrive pedal or like an amp that's slightly driven, you get this nice crisp sound which is got some clean sounds to it. But again, it's got that nice fat drive to it.
Comparison to the last range that we held, so far what went up in quality? The woods obviously got better. The body is light on this. Let's start there. So the moment you handed me, I was like, oh, this is a lighter body, better, choice of woods, right? We have Wilkinson bridge, so that went up the quality. Electronics roughly stayed the same, I think. And the P90 came in, this came in, and obviously now you have way too many frets. It's like 200 frets more than the regular fret. So 24 frets. So this does fit the modern zone. And the fretwork is such, the major upgrade in these models is the fretwork, because if you can zoom in, you can get to see how they have beveled the frets, the edges,
so
and
they
early.
end before the edge of the fret.
Yeah, this is just like, this is what you would expect in like a good custom shop territory zone. So I mean, they've taken that aspect and they've really run it to their assembly line.
Yeah.
So that I really love. again, the string trees, everything else is standard. The neck shape slightly is a little chunkier than the last one.
Yeah.
And it does add up to the sound and the playability and the feel and everything. And this one lands up being more versatile because you've got P90, so to the neck, and it's a body mounted P90, so it sticks to the body. And there's something that happens with the resonation with body mounted pickups is it gives more output and more low end and all that. So that's there. So on the neck pickup you have this option of that edgy, nearly humbucker, that I call it the young angry humbucker. That's what the P90 sounds like. Yep. So that is there. Although you can roll off your tone knob and it's straight R-stop territory, the jazz zone. And then you can come in the middle where we felt that the output slightly dropped because we need to like set the heights up.
Yeah, that's one thing about these pickups. P90s do have a slightly higher output, so that's
especially on the neck. If you have the P90 on the bridge, it's fine. It's the neck that always needs adjustment.
Yeah.
And the bridge pickup, is this the same as the last one, or this Alnico 5?
No, these are much higher grade pickups.
Higher grade pickups as well. Because I could hear it in the sound.
The
absolutely. Moment I switched to the bridge pickup, especially in the drive section, that allows it to be very edgy. But again, it's the controls and the whole ergonomics of the guitar that makes it very expressive. You could directly like start up playing full heavy chords. But then just one quick flick of switches and then you're suddenly in the blues. So.
Some blues.
So their versatility factor is just insane. And the look, just look at this thing.
This is something that's underrated, but in today's day.
Like I want this kind of look all over my Instagram.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
This theme, whatever this theme is, this coffee with the rusty, it's a very cowboyish theme, and that goes on because we're playing country music on these anyway.
Yep. Yeah, and this has got like an ivory finish, and I like how it kind of fades into the white. And also one thing about now when you come into this category, you see there's kind of like a slight bevel here, so it makes it easy to play. The
same thing with the neck pocket
with the
also.
Neck pocket,
So they brought in the contours.
So just because 24 frets, you probably need that access a bit more. So they've thought about that, which is again a great thing by SQOE. They think about everything.
So for intermediates, this is, if you are a Tele guy, or even if you're not a Tele guy, try it and you will become a Tele guy because they're just that good. I think again this is 8.5 to 9 out of 10.
Yeah, sure. Alright, so now we have the SETL 1000, and this is something I was super excited about. It's a Tele style guitar, It's got two humbuckers and it's got this Bigsby style trem system. And most Teles you see have a fixed bridge. It does not move. And Strats have these tremolo style systems which goes through the body and you have springs at the back. But the Bigsby style trem system has been around for a while and it's really popular. You've seen it on Gretsch guitars.
Yeah,
And
it's the 50s.
Yeah.
Even the Teles, the early Teles had
the
it
early
in the
Teles had
50s.
these, and I really love this kind of configuration, and I love the fact that SQOE has come up with this. You don't see this too often, and so you play this guitar. What are your thoughts on how they sound, how it sounds and plays?
Yeah, it's now. Are we sure these are humbuckers? Because they sounded like those mini humbuckers.
Yeah.
They had some jangle.
Yeah,
on
so
the
these are
top end.
these have a unique sound to them. They're not like your traditional humbuckers.
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing was, since this is like the last in this model, the neck is super high quality.
Yep.
On this is like the SEST 1100 level
Yeah.
sort of a neck with the same finish, great gloss finish at the back, solid beveling with the frets. So this already is giving you that playability and that tone. So that happened, and then the pickup surprised me because I thought, okay, humbucker is going to be slightly meatier and dark, but it had a great jangle, especially in the middle position. Like I had to start touching the tone knob because it was too much. So I had to pull it back. And then the bridge pickup really took me into that JTM 45 Marshall AC/DC tone, which Malcolm Young used to have with his Gretsch guitars. So it's got that thing, the Bigsby. Because we straight took it out of the box, there's some setup that will be required. So once you set it up, it really sustains and is that rockabilly, that early rockabilly, that 50s sound. So people should not expect a Floyd Rose level travel, it'll go down 12 frets. No. This is just for that sustain, and don't expect the Jeff Beck playing on these.
Oh no.
But these will give you a good sustain. It's a tasteful thing. You have to see people who play the Bigsby well. Now, the main thing here is the overall construction of the guitar. Electronics are very quiet. It's humbucker, so you don't even have to worry about the single coil hum per se. You got the pick guard, which adds to the aesthetic. They match the whole gold theme and the gold electronics with the gold Bigsby. And even check this out, the gold
string trees,
and they did fix what we wanted.
Yeah.
Right? So they did that. The gold hardware, and you've got this beautiful vintage style tuners, right? And as you can see, the whole gloss finish, you got the gold,
gold
strap pins, everything at the back here, and the contours are there. And
the contours are
that's about it.
It's
that's
got
the whole
this
thing.
little binding happening.
Yeah. There's almost like a thin line telly, the white binding.
So again, just a little more detail to it. I think we previously spoke about the SEST 1100 we did last time, and also the SEST 1000 which we did in a previous video as part of our combos. The glossy neck is something that I love, and it just helps me play a little better, makes it easier. And
this is a very high quality neck. So it's there. I mean, you do really get the value as the prices go up. Especially the nut also is a very properly crafted
this has got a
bone nut over here.
So overall, as you see as we went through the teles, you saw more features getting added. We started off with like your typical tele, and then you had one with the P90s, and now you've got one with these Bigsby systems. So that just shows as you progress upwards and you want a little more variety. Again, in terms of price range, this is one of the most expensive SQOEs that we have, along with the Strat style guitars. And what I love is just how unique this is, and it's got these features. So if you're a guitar player now in this territory, in this price range territory, you're probably someone who already has a decent amount of guitars, but you're looking for something very specific, whether it's the mini humbuckers or the Bigsby style bridge. And personally, I love this construction. It's something that I would go for to give me a little more variety in terms of sound. I normally
It's a
play
very unique sort of a setup. You don't get to see this.
Yeah, you don't get to see this
day.
very often. So
And you sound also pretty different.
Yeah.
Now, do we have any other colors in this?
So there are a bunch of colors. There's a black one, there's a white one, and there's lime green. Now it depends upon people's taste. Some may like it, some may not like
Oh no,
a green
this
guitar.
under the stage lights when the red is shining and blue is shining on you, this looks sick.
I mean, already here under these lights,
Same,
you can see it's sparkle.
Sparkle, and it's the sparkly finish
Yeah, it's
on
got the
the
sparkly finish.
gloss, the paint in it.
Yeah, so now keeping the price and the overall everything in mind, what would you rate this at?
This, see, I personally wanted some single coiled version, which SQOE might do in the future.
Yep.
For this one, because I just love the whole old school sound on the telly. But this I can play with my rock band, man.
Yeah.
That's the best part. So this would still be, and the neck is great. Like, you really get a premium solid quality neck and like a premium finished neck
Yep.
on here. So this for me would be at least a 9 out of 10, man.
Yeah, easily.
Because there is some learning curve when it comes to setting up the Bigsby, and you have to sort of understand how it's done. But a few YouTube videos can sort you out
Easily.
So that is cool. This will become quite a spectacle to play and watch, like see someone play really well, like that old, the 50s Telezone when they played the original Bigsbys.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to point out one, something that I wanted would be the saddle.
The roller
saddles,
yeah,
we were talking about
on
this.
the bridge, yeah.
That's, I mean, something to point out, just because of how the strings move over when you have a tremolo system like a Bigsby, you don't want your strings scratching on those knife edges, similar to what the string tree does. Alright, so that was our discussion about Tele style guitars by SQOE. Some of them have been around the 250, and we've got some new models. So we were super impressed as to the quality and the overall construction. And also, we haven't spoken about Tele style guitars too much because we didn't have them, and we thought, why not get them on board? So we'd like to know from y'all, if y'all play some Tele style guitars, if you're singers or country style guitar players, what are your thoughts on these Teles? And do let us know what you'll think about the modifications and the experimentation done by SQOE. And till then, we'll see you on the next one.